Hello, everyone. Welcome to Creative Care Fridays. I am Teresa. I'm back. Last week I had some technical difficulty, but I did upload the video for you guys. It was that cute Grinch. Did you see it? So, two things. I didn't remind you all, so I may be here by myself. That's okay because I love to paint. And it is the last Friday of the last weekend. Look at me getting ready before Christmas. So I know you guys might be busy. Let me down. There we go. Get my knees under here. So hi everyone. I have a little back pain, so I'm trying to work through it. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. It's better when I sit. It's really hard to get up and down. So we shall see. Anyway, how is everyone? How was your week? I had a crazy week. We're painting a Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree trivet. Say that again. Okay. Anyway, I had a crazy week, you guys. Crazy week. I had to leave my house way too many times. When you paint on glass, the first thing you want to do is clean it with alcohol. So that's what I'm going to do. It's just regular. Look, Walgreens, CVS, drugstore, whatever it is, rubbing alcohol. And I'm just cleaning this off with a paper towel. I did take the little feet off. Let me show you. So this is the trivet I got from the $1.25 tree, and there, in fact, it is $1.25. And then these are the little rubber trivets. I just popped them off with a steak knife, and I will glue them back on because we're reverse painting. We're going to paint on the back of this. So I popped them off. I stuck them on here so A, I could show you the label, and B, I wouldn't lose them. I might lose them anyway. We'll see. Anyway, then I'll put them back on later. So I'm just cleaning, get my fingerprints off and the grunge that may have come upon here from manufacturing and shipping and unpacking and what have you. Anyway, so that is that. So yeah, I had a crazy week. Let me turn you guys around. We will chit chat while I get ready. Okay. I have where is it? Oh, well, we gotta do that over here. There we go. I have dropped the link for this tracer. It's just a very simple tracer. When you do reverse painting, I want to keep it, there we go, simple. And so here is the tracer. It is a circle because our trivet is a circle. And I'm just going to pop this down. It fits pretty good. You want to make sure it's somewhat centered. And then I'm just going to grab some tape that I have here that I reuse laying around. And I'm going to tape it so it doesn't move. Now, if you had lettering, which I don't have lettering, if you had lettering, you'd want to print this out mirrored because we're going to then take this and flip it over. And I don't know if you can see, but our design is going to be flipped. Okay? So you want to make sure this doesn't move. I'm just putting a few pieces of tape here. Yes, I do reuse my tape. And there we go. Reverse painting is exactly that. It's reverse painting. Oh, I didn't get any black. It's reverse painting. So, you know how I use that analogy of pizza? Well, this is upside down pizza. So if you were going to deconstruct your pizza and do it in layers, you do it from the top down. Does that make sense? So whatever you paint last in reverse painting is what you paint first. And it's so much easier when you have a tracer behind you to help that venture. Okay? So I'm going to get a little bit black. Another tip when glass painting, you want to use enamels. Hey Pam, how you feeling? Good morning. You want to use enamels or multi-surface paints. You don't want to just use a regular acrylic paint. See, I love my deco art paint. These are acrylic. You can get multi-surface deco art. I don't have multi-surface deco art because I have multi-surface folk art. But you want to use either multi-surface paint, and it is good for wood, glass, plastic, canvas, whatever. Okay. Another thing when you paint, so alcohol, multi-surface or enamel paint, and less water. Less water. You don't want to introduce a lot of water when you're painting on glass. So you do have to wash your brush, obviously, but then I will really encourage you to dry it as best you can before you switch colors, or use multiple brushes. Totally up to you. So I'm just going to wet my liner brush because I want to bring my fibers together. Then I'm going to dry it. I'm pulling on it a little bit. So this week, what happened? So yesterday, well, let's start with yesterday. Who's doing Christmas cards? Anyone doing Christmas cards? Every year, I struggle with doing Christmas cards. So I'm just going to use my black paint, and I'm going to outline my design as best as possible. Okay? I'm not using a paint pen for this because a paint pen is acrylic and not multi-surface. So I am using multi-surface paints for this. Don't worry about being perfect, you guys. So anyway, yesterday, okay, let's start with Wednesday. Wednesday, I decided, and I don't know if you saw my story, that being that the end of the year was coming up, I would back up my devices. Now, if you don't back up your phone or your iPad or your laptop or whatever it is you use, I don't think that belongs there. I think that fell. Or whatever it is you use, you should. Okay? It's very important to back up our devices. I'll get that in a little bit. I'm not going to worry about it right now. It's very important to back up your devices. I try to do it twice a year, which is not nearly enough, but more often than not, it is a pain, and it was such a pain on Wednesday. It took me hours for various technical reasons. Now, I hate to deter you from backing up your items because of the issues that I had, because, like I said, it is important, but it was a big, fat pain in the butt. So while I was doing that, I said, let me work on my Christmas cards, because I was torn again about sending Christmas cards. Postage has gotten so expensive that, I don't know, I was just torn about doing Christmas cards. And so then I was like, all right, I'm going to do them. I'll do them myself. I'll print them out, and we'll go that way, even though the postage is expensive. So I started them on Wednesday, and then Canva went down. So now I'm having backup issues, and I'm having Canva issues. Okay. So I finally get the backup working. I started my backup process at 2:00 in the afternoon. It didn't actually start running until like 8:30 at night. So yesterday I get up and I'm like, oh, I'm going to finish my cards real quick. So I finish my cards, I print them out, I cut them. I just do a few cards for friends and family that are very far away. Hi, Jerry. Yes. And I've kind of whittled my list down as well. I'm not going to outline this because that's going to be white. I've kind of whittled my list down as well. It's like 40 cards, I guess. So anyway, I need to get that off. Yesterday, I finished my cards. I print them out. I cut them on my paper cutter. I'm all excited. Now I'm waiting for something, so I figure while I wait, I'll start stuffing them in the envelopes, and then I can write them in the nighttime when I'm just chilling in front of a TV or a YouTube video or whatever. And I realized that I printed them all out the wrong size. So instead of reprinting them all, my beautiful cards with my hand-drawn or my drawn nativity are now going to be cut in half. I mean, folded in half, not cut in half. That would be crazy. Now they're going to be folded in half, and I ordered different envelopes. I was like, do I go through the whole process again, or do I just fold them in half and order separate envelopes. So I went with the envelopes. And there we go. So back to this. I am painting reverse glass painting. This is the bottom. And it's good. And another reason we're painting the bottom of this, the bottom of these Dollar Tree Trivets is smooth, whereas the top is a little grainy. They have a rough finish to them. So it also makes it a little easier to paint because we're painting on the smooth side. I'm going to get my dryer and I'm just going to make sure it's very, very important that your layers are dry when you're reverse painting. Because as we come in, we're going to paint right over. We're not going to worry about the lines because you're not going to see them. Thanks for the sprinkle, Jerry. So that was my card debacle. Then, but it's fixed. I'll fold them. They'll go in the envelopes. I'm sending Christmas cards. That'll be that. So then on Tuesday, I go to ship orders at the post office. And I'm literally sitting in my car. And I parked on the end. So there was snow and fence. And I'm in my car. I had already come out. And I had a little bit of time. And a woman pulls in so close to me. She was like this close to me. Literally, I was putting my hand out my window and banging on her car. Because she pulled in and she hit my mirror with her mirror. And then she decided to back up and hit my mirror again. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And she's like, what? I hit the snow. I didn't hit your car. And I said, no, you hit my mirror. And she's like, oh, I did. I'm so sorry. So I'm like, okay. So now she tries to back out. And she came so close to my car. I literally was like, bang, bang, bang on her door. It was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, okay, how about you just stay put and I will pull out. Don't move. You just put your car in park and don't move and I will pull out. And so that's what we did. And then there was a really nice man there and he was nice enough to help me back out. But it was crazy, you guys, crazy. And then yesterday I had a few errands to run. So I went, I had to deliver something to someone's house. And then, you know, when you're a woman of a certain age, you can't be out and not find a bathroom. Okay? You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm like, well, let me just go to Starbucks. And I don't frequent Starbucks. It used to be a treat. Don't really frequent it anymore. But I'm like, let me go to Starbucks. I'll use the bathroom. I know it's clean. And then I come out and I get myself an iced coffee because I'm like, you know, I'm running errands and it's Christmas and I'll get a treat. You guys, it was not very good coffee. I was quite disappointed. It was iced coffee, of course. But I got to tell you, I was really disappointed. So I'm just filling in these sections. I'm trying to keep my brush strokes going the same way and neat because you will be able to see everything. If you need a last minute gift, these are really cute. You can get a coloring page, a simple line drawing. Now don't be stealing people's artwork. You know, don't go making Mickey and Minnie and Disney princesses. Well, that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But get a simple standard line drawing, flower. There's one more. Snowman, this this gingerbread guy. All right. This was a trivet from the $1.25 tree. And we are painting it in reverse. And I'm going to switch brushes for a minute because I'm going to do the plate now. The plate is a little bit larger. I'm using this, I think is, oh, this is Ocean View Blue. It's such a pretty color, and I like the way it goes with the, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to add a little white in here also. A coloring page wouldn't have this, So if you're going to attempt to do this, I suggest you add a little white highlight in your cup after you do the tracer. All right. And because these are the things I would go back and add at the end. So I suggest you do them now. Let me grab my dryer again. When we reverse paint, we paint from the bottom up. Pick up a little bit of white, and I'm just going to now fill in this section. And we can go right over the black. The black is dry, and we can go right over it. I just want to make sure my white is dry. Sometimes it gets a little confusing, and it even gets a little confusing for me. And I'm sitting here talking to you guys. But you know what? We do the best we can, right? Another thing about painting on glass is you don't need a lot of paint. It's like the littlest amount of paint. I still want my brush strokes. Like here's the plate. I want my brush strokes to curve. So the plate is rounded. My brush strokes are going to curve. I'm coming in and out of this marshmallows on the side. And I'm just filling in. So presents are bought. Tree is up. Food shopping is half done. We are actually having Christmas tomorrow and on Christmas Day. So tomorrow, well, actually today, they're on their way right now. My stepdaughter and her fiance are on their way here. And then tomorrow we're having my husband's sisters and families. And my oldest daughter will be home tomorrow night. And my youngest daughter will be home on Monday. I mean, I still have stuff to do. Is this dry? Yeah. But I feel pretty good. I have somebody coming here today to pick up some orders, some custom stuff I did. I'm not leaving I actually ran into her yesterday because after I got my Starbucks that I didn't like, I went to TJ Maxx. Who doesn't love TJ Maxx, right? So we're painting literally. So as long as your white is dry, look at that. I can paint right over my snowflake. Not worrying about painting around it or messing it up. It's dry. And now I can paint right over it. Isn't that so cool? And if you want your paint to be more opaque, because when you paint on glass, it's going to be a little bit translucent. If you want your paint to be more opaque, let it dry and come back and do a second coat. Okay? Anyway, oh yeah, so I saw her yesterday, oddly enough, when I went to TJ Maxx, and she's like, oh, I'm going to come tomorrow to pick up the growth charts. I was like, okay. She goes, anytime? I'm like, anytime. I left my house today. I'm not leaving my house tomorrow. And it is really yucky out. And that is the truth. I wasn't leaving today anyway, and now I'm really not. So if you want this tracer, it is on the website. I put the link in the comments. We're making this hot cocoa, so I'm going to paint this in with brown. I put the link in the comments. And then I think the inside of my cup, it could be red, but it's going to be a little dark. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of black. Got to be more red than that. Just to make the little bit of the shadow in my cup. So now the rim of my cup on the inside, it's still reddish, but it is a darker red. Okay. We got everything but our gingerbread. So now I have to do the lines on my gingerbread first. Otherwise, you won't see them. So I did the black. Now I'm doing the white. Doing the mouth. And do the back of my brush to do the eyes. The back of my brush to do the buttons. I was going to do the buttons pink, but I think I'm just going to do them white because it is a gingerbread. All right. I can add a little bit of detail to the hands with the white. And let's see if I don't mess it up. I can put a bow up here. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Crisscross and two little triangles. It's a little crooked, but it's okay. You can leave the bow out. And let me wash my brush. So now we need that to dry. So anyway, look at this, you guys. This is what I made last night. Isn't this gorgeous? So this is a handmade journal. My friend Serena designed it. It's got a 5-tab binder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the newest project in the Junk Journal Hive. And we're going to work on this. So Serena is going to have an ongoing project. We're going to work on this throughout the year for 2026. Each month there's going to be different printables and downloads and stuff that go in it. We showed you how to make it last night. And it's going to be an annual project. It's obviously going to get much fatter than this. See, look at that. Look how much room we have for stuff in here. And so this was last night's project. It's a 21-page digital download. Isn't this gorgeous, you guys? And this is the latest project in the Junk Journal Hive. So you might want to give yourself a gift in January and join the Hive. Just saying. Just saying. We do 4 projects a month in there. And if you want to wait, we are doing For the Love of Printables 2-day workshop the first weekend in February. And that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some guests. It's going to be me and Serena and some guest artists in here, all about paper crafting and junk journaling. And so then you can find out more. But if you already know that paper crafting and you want to start taking it a little bit simple in 2026, we're here for you. I'm also going to be doing a monthly series. I'm calling it Creativity Made Simple. It's going to include monthly downloads. And it's going to be a combination of, just like Creative Care Fridays was kind of the lead into it, free stuff, and then printable bundles that are going to be affordable and projects that are going to be easy to follow and accomplish in a little bit of time. I know we all don't have a lot of time. But you know what? We really need to start making a little bit more time for ourselves. As women, we're getting pulled in so many different directions every day. You know, we're the glue, right? We are the glue. I'm just going around giving everything a second coat. We are the glue. And so sometimes it's just nice to take some time for ourselves. And you know what? You guys, I'm loving playing with paper and glue and scissors. Just loving it. All right. So, cup done. Is this dry? Let me grab my dryer again. It's very important that when you're reverse painting, that your layers are very dry. Because literally we painted right over the snowflake. We painted over the lines for the highlights and the depth that we gave it in here. I made a little bit of a highlight in my hot cocoa up there. painted right over it. So you want to make sure that your paints and your layers are very dry. Now I did my gingerbread details. Oh, what did I get on there? Whatever it is. Look at that. I could right off with my fingernail. Now, talking about that, let me paint my gingerbread guy. If you want to, you can sit this for, I'm just mixing my coffee and my brown to get a little bit more of a gingerbread color. You can let this dry for 21 days. Don't introduce it to water, and then you'll be good to go. Or you can let it dry or cure for 24 hours, and then you can bake it in the oven according to the directions to cure the paint. So I will let you know. I bake my stuff in the oven. That wasn't completely dry on my button, but I'm not going to worry about that. I cure my stuff in the oven. So I let it sit for 24 hours. Actually, sometimes it's more because I'll wait until I have a bunch of glass and do it all at once. So you want to put your stuff into a cold oven, put it on a cookie tray, maybe with a piece of foil, not foil, parchment paper, cookie tray, parchment paper, cold oven. Let me turn you guys around. Cold oven. Put your oven on 325, okay? When it dings, when it's up to temperature, when it's preheated, or however you want to call it, set a timer for 30 minutes. At the end of that 30 minutes, go over, shut the oven, and leave it alone, walk away. I usually do mine at night, and then I shut it off, and I go to bed. And in the morning, I will come down, and I will empty the oven, just like I don't know you guys in your routine, but you guys, do you run your dishwasher at night, and then you go to bed, and in the morning when you come down, you empty your dishwasher? Well, it's the same thing. That's what I do. I'll get my glass. I'll get it all ready to go. It sits in the other room, curing. And then one night I will put it all in the oven. I would do it all in the oven. And so I'll do it at night. Put it in the cold oven on a cookie sheet with parchment paper. Preheat the oven to 325. When it dings, set a timer for 30 minutes. And then when the 30 minutes is up, turn it off, walk away, let it dry, and then come back in the morning, come back hours later, whatever it is. You don't want to open the oven to the cold air. All right, I'm just going to hit this again with the dryer, and then we're going to do the reveal. And then, like I said, this is the $1.25 cutting board. These are the, oh no, that wasn't the one. These are the little feeties. I just pried them really off quickly with a steak knife. That was it. And I'll glue them back on once this is dry and ready to go. I'm drying it again because I will put my big fat thumb in it and ruin the whole thing. I'm just going to dry it real quick. The digital download for this, the little drawing, is in the comments. It is in the comments, right? Maybe I got to scroll up. Did it come in the comments? Let me know if you don't see it. Apple V. Because I don't see it. Oh, no, you don't want my boots. Oh my God, you guys see these boots? That was the last thing I copied. Don't look at, I saw these boots pop up on Facebook. I went on QVC. $230. I'm like, oh, those are really cute boots. And then I went on like, and that was the last thing I copied. So don't pay attention to that. Pay no attention to the boot one. Here we go. Let's do this. All right. Apple C. And then go in here. Apple V. And then there we go. All right. Yeah, $230. I'm not spending $230 on boots. Okay, big reveal. Let me take off my tapes. I'll stick them over here on the side of my cabinet or my desk, so I reuse them. As long as they stick in, I'm reusing them. All right. And we're going to flip this over. Oh, let's do, oh, it's going to be hard to do that. All right. Isn't that cute? I'll put this paper up a little bit. Isn't that adorable? Adorable. So cute. So simple. And there we have it. So I will put the feet back on and it'll be ready to go. Actually, I might not put the feet back on until I cure it in the oven. And obviously when I cure it in the oven, I'm going to put it this side down and it's a trivet. But I do wine glasses, pint glasses, glass, Christmas ornaments, you name it. But isn't that just adorable? Simple little coloring page. And when you're reverse painting, you want to make it simple. I'm trying, it's a technique. And as you get better, you can add more details to it. So there we go. Thank you for joining me, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, whatever you're doing. Don't stress. This time of year can be stressful for many, many, many reasons. Take a deep breath. Take some time for yourself. I know we're all not just, this time of year, and that is okay. Don't feel bad if you're not feeling it. It's totally okay. You don't have to feel it. You do you. And you know what? Don't scroll through Facebook and be like, oh, look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. They're lying. No, I don't know. They might be lying. So you know what? Don't let comparison get you down, because usually what's going on here, I mean, look at this mess behind me. But then I have a picture and the picture's this big and it's like, oh, look how pretty my room is. You know what? Don't let it get you. Don't let it get under your skin. It's fine. No, don't be comparing. You do you and let everybody else do them. And it's all good. So here we go. Our reverse painting little trivet today. Thank you for joining me. I love you guys. And I will be back next week. It'll be after Christmas and we can all talk about what Santa brought us. Love you guys. Have a great day.